The San Francisco 49ers stepped onto the practice field this week with far more optimism than they had just days earlier. As preparations ramp up for a high-stakes divisional matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, the injury report finally delivered some encouraging momentum. The biggest lift came from wide receiver Ricky Pearsall, who returned to practice for the first time since late December. He was limited during the walkthrough, but his presence alone mattered. With George Kittle lost for the season after suffering a torn Achilles, every available offensive weapon carries extra importance. Pearsall's return signals that help may be on the way at exactly the right moment. Pearsall's season has been a constant battle against injuries. A knee sprain early in the year sidelined him for weeks, and just as he found his rhythm, setbacks followed. A late-season aggravation and an ankle issue kept him out of recent games. Now, seeing him back on the field suggests the trajectory is finally turning upward. If he can make it through the week without another setback, he gives Brock Purdy a trusted option who can win routes and stretch defenses in the middle of the field. That matters because the 49ers have leaned heavily on a small group of receivers in recent weeks. Joan Jennings, Demarcus Robinson, and Kendrick Bourne have answered the call, but adding Pearsall back into the mix changes how defenses have to prepare. Depth becomes flexibility, and flexibility becomes leverage in a playoff environment. The offensive line also brought good news. Left tackle Trent Williams was listed as limited, but that label appears more precautionary than alarming. He returned last week and played every offensive snap, anchoring the line with his usual dominance. Even at this stage of his career, Williams remains a tone setter, and his presence keeps the running game dangerous and the pocket clean. On the defensive side, the most emotional development came from Fred Warner. The All-Pro linebacker returned to practice after months of rehab from a severe ankle injury. While he will not play this week, simply seeing him back on the field energized the team. His return opens the door to a potential comeback later in the postseason, a possibility that could dramatically shift the balance if San Francisco keeps winning. For now, the focus stays on Saturday. The 49ers are not suddenly healthy, but they are healthier. Pearsall trending upward, Williams managing his workload, and Warner inching closer all point in the right direction. In the playoffs, momentum is fragile. San Francisco is doing everything it can to grab it, protect it, and carry it forward when it matters most.